everyone, I'm Christine Gritmon here with my weekly live stream social. I do this every single week at 12 noon Eastern time with a different guest every week talking about what else? Social media. And we do it in a social setting. We're very, very friendly here.
We're so social.
Yes, and I am here with the great Philomena Finelli of Impact PR and Communications. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Philomena, and I own my own business called Impact PR and Communications. We're a strategic public relations firm. We are known for helping nonprofits, professional service businesses, Hudson Valley tourism related entities, and health and wellness companies build their brands by sharing their stories with others, whether that's through traditional media relations, a touch of getting all sorts of social, speaking engagements, award nominations, planning stellar events, really anything that raises visibility and helps people understand what all of you do better.
Exactly. So that is, of course, what I try to do too, is tell people stories and especially help people figure out how to tell their own stories better. And one thing that happens, I was talking to a business owner at an event just last night. They were saying how they don't really have social, but they've been getting press. Mm-hmm. They've been getting, like, the word is out about them. And I'm like, you are totally missing the opportunity to have that press work 10 times harder for you by not being able to kind of spread the word on social. So that's where you come in. I would love to talk to you about how people can really spread the word about themselves, spread visibility, and brag on themselves a little with the power of social media.
So I'm so proud of that business owner. First of all, it is a big deal to get earned media, to get press on your business.
And let's talk about earned media for a second.
Well, you're talking about my favorite thing.
Yes.
I absolutely adore earned media.
So let's define earned media for those who are not aware of what that means.
Earned media is when the press, the media, could be print, it could be broadcast, it could be radio, television, newspapers, magazines, digital news outlets, write about you because they perceive you to be the expert in what you do, and therefore they quote you or they profile you, and that's very valuable because it's an affordable way to get the message out about your brand and a really effective way to be trusted among your audiences.
It adds great legitimacy.
But that being said, if you're not taking that and bringing it over to Christine's world, to the social world, you're missing an amazing opportunity to amplify your message. And I liken it to if we were sitting here playing guitar. Of course, I don't have a guitar. But if I were to sit here and play guitar and play it acoustic, that would make some beautiful music. But if I were to plug that into an amplifier, all of my neighbors here in my office building might hear that music.
Yep.
That's what you want to do when you have a member of the media writing a great story about your brand. Maybe you're celebrating a 40th anniversary or did something with a nonprofit in your community, or you have a wonderful product that people love and they're raving about, and it's in a magazine or a newspaper or what have you. You want to share that with all those people who might have missed it the first time around.
My friend Gina just had that. She is a jewelry maker, and someone left a great review on her Etsy page talking about how great she was and how they met her, and then told all their friends and bought presents and all of that. And she's like, I don't usually share reviews, but I'm going to share this one. And thank goodness she did, because she got so much engagement on that post. And it showed people, you know, a little bit more about who she is and what she does, and made people maybe who were sort of like where she's on their radar, but they haven't converted. Yeah. They haven't bought anything from her yet.
Conversion's huge.
Maybe it's making them take another look.
Good for you, Gina.
I would also think that you can get some earned media by being visible on social media. You know, so let's talk about, first of all, ways people can use social media visibility to earn that earned media, and also how they can make the most of it after the fact without, and here's the thing that trips a lot of people up, without feeling braggy.
Braggadocious.
Yeah, braggadocious. It's a fun word.
Yeah, people are very odd about this whole promoting themselves, and I'm here to tell you it's okay to promote your business, and you can do it in a way that is classy, that is true to your personality and your brand, and yet allows you to share that message with others, to share those profiles. And earned media and social media, they work hand in hand. They are like this, and they should be, because one helps spread the message about the other. And when you're doing your social media well, hopefully you're working with an expert in that field. If you are doing it like an expert, you are going to gain trust among your audiences. You're going to be seen as, I know it's a cliche term, but a thought leader.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows their stuff on a topic, and that's going to attract additional earned media attention, maybe opportunities to speak before your target audiences.
Yeah, that's great.
I was just telling you a story before that I got a LinkedIn private message yesterday from someone to come speak with their group.
And that is always wonderful. I love those messages. If you want me to come speak for your group, or you want her to come speak for your group, call us. We're findable.
Right here.
We're on social media.
We're everywhere.
We're findable.
Because we're on social media. Super. But the thing that stood out in that message to me was that this person, when she asked me if I would do the speaking engagement, said to me, and I quote, "I've been reading all of your articles on LinkedIn."
Yep.
And all of your articles in the local business journal. So all of those dividends from putting myself out there in the earned media front, and from sharing those articles on social media, or posting regularly to LinkedIn on what I do, and not because I'm talking about myself and being all braggadocious, but I want to genuinely help people who can use that knowledge. So when I'm sharing, I'm giving it away for free. I'm like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I just want to like give it away, give it away. Like, here it is, take it, please.
And that's actually, a lot of people fear giving that away, because they feel like, well, if someone's getting it for free, if I'm giving someone my expertise and information away for free, they're not going to hire me. But that's not true, because they still can't do it the way you can. There's a reason PR is a profession.
Oh yeah, I've been doing this for 19 and a half years. I didn't just wake up yesterday and decide to do this. And I think when you share what you know, even if it's with someone who's maybe not your ideal customer, you establish that trust.
Yes.
That feeling of familiarity with your actual prospects who might convert as well.
Yeah.
And you establish yourself as being on their side and putting their needs above your needs.
And that is so huge. I mean, gone are the days of just sell, sell, sell. Now it's all about inbound marketing. It's about the know, like, trust. It's about being of value, not just trying to wring money out of people.
It's all relationships.
It has to be authentic like that. What are some good ways to show authenticity?
Well, keep true to your voice. So when I post to social media, I don't try to be someone I'm not. I'm okay with being me, and sometimes I'm a little bit funny and silly, and that's part of my brand.
Give it away.
Sometimes I break into song.
Yeah.
I let the audience, or the people I'm communicating with, fans, followers, friends, see the true me.
And that's huge.
Yeah, I let the camera roll, and whatever comes out, just like what we're doing now, it's going to come out.
And honestly, it's so much less work. My goodness. Because if you're too worried about being too perfect with what you present, first of all, it's going to be very labor intensive. But second of all, people aren't into that anymore. They don't want to feel like they're receiving a message that's too perfectly crafted.
If it seems polished, like overly polished and not true to your voice, it's going to become obvious that someone else is maybe pulling those strings, or that you're holding back a bit. And I'm big on, you said, just kind of putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Progress over perfection. So like, not letting myself get in my own head about how I look on camera right now and sweating that, but rather realizing, thank you. You do too. It's the light. We're lit.
We are fabulous.
We're lit.
We are lit, y'all.
Yeah, we have some nice lighting in here. But yeah, it's getting out there with your message, and not sweating that everything has to be perfect before you do. Because people are like, I see you posting LinkedIn Live videos. You just get up there and talk to the camera and talk to your audiences. Aren't you freaked out? And I'm like, no, why would I be?
Yeah. What are they going to do to you?
It's not going to make or break me. It's completely okay.
Absolutely not. The perfect is the enemy of the good is one of my favorite sayings.
It's
and
true.
Also, if you wait till all your ducks are in a row, it'll never happen. So my handsome Greg Gritmon has a couple comments here. When you share your successes, those who already follow you will feel vindicated in their support, and may even further share your news to back up their own fanhood. Absolutely. And I shared some of your articles and stuff in order to garner interest in this. I bragged on you a little.
Thank you.
Because stuff was out there to do that with.
Well, that's the PR piece,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it was clear that I was bringing someone valuable on for my audience.
And I love sharing other people's articles.
Yes.
We were talking earlier as we were catching up about competitors in the market. I have no qualms if my competitor, and I say that with like competitor, like who cares, writes something that's of value to the audience, I'm happy to share their earned media or to cheer them on. And yeah, if anybody wants to profile Christine, I'm going to be like, go Christine, and share that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and another thing about that is you don't truly have competitors, because the youer you are, the more you're playing on a field that nobody else can.
Yeah, and there's plenty to go around.
No one else is going to be you as well as you are.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a fact.
There's enough for all of us.
There is. Yeah. Success is not a zero-sum game is another quote that I like.
You're quoting it out today.
I'm super quotable. I got to start like jamming these out on Instagram, like get on Canva.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So one of the things that you mentioned that I wanted to get back to is you talked about thought leadership on LinkedIn. And it's a crazy good opportunity that I feel like a lot of people aren't taking full advantage of. I'm not taking full advantage of it. I need to get better.
Oh, you got to get on it.
You know, because a lot of people feel like, oh, but don't I want to drive traffic to my blog? Don't I want to get published elsewhere? But you can do both, first of all, but also getting your message out there on LinkedIn. You're in control of the medium. Yes, so talk to us about some good ways to do that and to get your name out there on LinkedIn specifically, especially if you're in the B2B world.
I'm in love, guys. If you haven't done it yet, get on there and do it. LinkedIn Publisher is my jam. Mm-hmm. LinkedIn Publisher allows you to take anything, any topic that you want to write about and blog on it there. So if you don't have a website to host all that good content on, first of all, there's a way to do it without having to launch anything.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you do have a blog, there's no rule that says you can't also post your blog posts to your LinkedIn Publisher. I'm one of those folks. I have a blog. If you head on my website, you'll see it there. We share there. I then repurpose those articles on LinkedIn, and then all the people who aren't heading to my blog or didn't see the social media post I put up on Facebook about that blog post will have it served up to them right on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So it's a chance to tap those different audiences, and LinkedIn is a B2B playground. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
If your client is B2B or service industries.
Yeah, and you can see who's looking at it too, which is very cool.
It's amazing. It's a little creepy.
It is very creepy, but I love
it's cool.
the creepy because it means you can show it to people who are actually going to get value from it. So if you can look at the little analytics mm-hmm. there for the industries of the people who are looking at it, for if they're in your first circle of connections or second or beyond. You can see geography. You can really get more information as to who your post is resonating with, which is great because you get to figure out if it's the audience you're going for or not.
Yeah, maybe you're missing the mark. And there's another beautiful thing when you get all that data.
Yes.
Now you can customize future content.
Absolutely.
So it's win-win. You're seeing all the creepers who are stalking on you.
Yeah.
But you can use that information to your advantage mm-hmm. and now customize what you're doing going forward.
Convert the creepers.
Yeah. Make them your friends.
Creepers.
Make them your friends. Yeah. Love on them.
Absolutely. So that's LinkedIn. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the best way to get the message out there on different platforms, especially when it comes to PR, because I would imagine when it comes to PR and media, some platforms are better than others at getting the word out. And in terms of how you present what you're doing. Like, for example, I know Instagram, we were talking earlier about how Instagram is good for like communicating culture, but at the same time, you only get one link in Instagram. So maybe it's not as good for like other types of spreading the word. So how do you feel about, for example, like Twitter and Facebook? Like, how do you get the word out on one versus the other in terms of how you present the message?
So for me, it's a totally different strategy because the people who are on my Twitter account are very different than those who are following on my business's Facebook account.
How do they differ?
For Twitter, I engage with a lot of media and keep up with trending stories. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's valuable, not just from a posting aspect, but really from a social listening aspect.
Yes.
And Twitter, I think that's a piece people miss.
Yes, absolutely.
You can search by hashtags. You can, share things that other people are posting. Hear about media inquiries if you're in my business and you're trying to help clients on that front.
Hop onto a trending topic.
Absolutely.
What are people talking about? Twitter makes it so easy to find out.
And then if you are creating content to share elsewhere, now you know what's trending with a quick glance. You know what topics are super hot right now. So it's also a good way to take the pulse on what you might want to be writing or posting about, or what media might be interested in for your PR strategy.
Oh, that's great.
It's a wealth of knowledge. And Facebook, my Facebook audience is very different than my Twitter audience. I feel like that has more of the culture piece, more of the get to know our company, share some of our accomplishments, but in a different way than Instagram, where it's more visual and fun and what it's like to work here, which is great for recruitment, retention, and also just to show our playful side.
Yeah. Also, I would imagine that prospective clients, if they feel a connection with your company's culture, they're a little more likely to go with you.
It's amazing what people connect with. I had one client, current client, say to me that they really enjoyed some photos of our business and they loved kind of reading our bios and some information. And they actually mentioned something that stood out to them about a few of our bios. So I know people are reading those things, or they're looking at those photos and they're noticing like, oh, hey, you know, I have this in my office too, or, oh, that's really neat the way you guys blah, blah, blah. But it helps humanize you, and there's no better communication. I don't care if you're business to consumer, business to business, so you're B2B, B2C. You need to be H to H, and that's human to human.
Love that.
And yeah, we want to do business with people we feel connected with. And what better way than social media to share that connection?
And that's really such a shift, because it used to be, again, like I said before, it used to be very, you know, you put something out that's very polished and packaged. People don't trust that anymore. We have more informed consumers, people, and also there's a greater sense of people wanting to feel like everything in their life is a reflection of them. You know, the customization trends that people that are going on in all industries. You know, people want to feel like everyone they work with, everything they buy, is part of who they are in a lot of ways. And so that's a really great way to put that out there.
And when you're sharing your content, whether it's a news story you're in or something that's happening in your business, you get some really great real-time feedback because of social media. Like right now, people can write in, they can talk to us if you have a question.
In fact, they should. Please do.
Go on ahead.
Bring it on.
We are here. We're responsive. This is a conversation. It's a two-way street. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to really engage with your customers. And sometimes they can tell you what you need to hear.
Yes.
When I'm stuck on, you know, what should I be writing about? What should I be blogging about? Or what should I be, you know, use in my next article for a business journal or a PR trade publication? I'll sometimes ask right here on social media. My audience will hand me ideas. Thank you for the content, everyone.
Yeah.
And I help
anyone
answer
wants to know
questions.
anything,
hit me up.
Ask right now.
Yeah.
I would definitely love to get some more comments on here from someone besides my wonderful husband. And thank you so much for asking stuff, Greg. But yeah, so you were on social media a lot.
I've been accused of worse.
What do you think is kind of where do you think things are headed in terms of what's going to be sort of what people should focus their strategy on?
Well, I think a lot of people are gonna, and I'm not the first one to say this, need to do video.
Yeah.
You can no longer hide out, dig your head in the sand and pretend this thing is going away.
Your face has to be out there, you guys.
Hey. Yeah, you have to be out there. And if you're leading a company, you're in a position of authority. If it can't be you, because it's just not your thing, you do need to delegate some people who are comfortable in that role.
Yeah.
Yeah, video is definitely here to stay.
People want to connect with people. Again, it's that H to H, like you said.
And the algorithm shifts have obviously changed things. Like you can't just bait people in and fake it and get the clicks. And you're going to have to genuinely engage and listen back.
Yeah, and that is huge. And respond when someone like Kristen here has a comment. What are your recommendations for people who are looking to create their own personal brand while also being an ambassador for the company they represent on social media? And I have some more to talk about personal branding in a bit, but first I'm gonna let
personal branding.
Yes, we're gonna talk about that momentarily. But first I'm gonna ask you to field that one. So people who are looking to create their personal brand, but also they're an ambassador for the company they represent. So you don't want to endanger your employment by being too you. But
well, that's where like a separate page comes in to house that kind of content and allow you to do your personal brand.
Yeah.
So if you have a business outside of your day job, it's completely okay to have a separate Instagram page for that business or a separate Facebook page for it. And of course, you know, we always caution companies, because employees are on social media, to have guidelines about posting and talk with your employees or put it in writing about what's best practices, what's okay, what's not okay. Don't just assume they know.
Yeah. That is huge. When I was first building my business, I, for like a split second, was doing it while still employed. And I really struggled with that. How do I promote me and promote them? Like, isn't it sort of, and I scoured the employee handbook to make sure it was cool. And I told my boss.
Well, that was smart.
I told my boss because I was like, if I'm going to be promoting myself properly, he's going to see.
Yeah, and yeah, transparency is key. You're not fooling anyone. It is the age of social media, and people are going to see everything.
Absolutely. And Roger says, nothing engages better than video, as the two of you are proving today.
Hey,
Thanks,
Roger's a video expert. Hey, Roger.
Yay, maybe I should have Roger on sometime.
Roger, do you want to talk to Christine
Give me
sometime?
a shout out. I'm visible. You can find me. And the personal branding thing. Yeah, thank you. The personal branding thing brings me to something that I just want to get in here really quickly. People noticed the beautiful vintage photography like photo shoot I did last year with George Pehoves, who's my favorite photographer to use for my business stuff. And that was promoting my Strike Up the Brand personal branding e-course, and I'm about to launch a new session of that. It is defined. It isn't like I send you the e-course and you could do it on your own time. It is a defined time period. I'm going to be launching this group in March, starting the first full week of March. So not that week where it's partially February, partially March, because I'll be in San Diego for Social Media Marketing World.
Fun.
But that first full week of March is when it starts. It's a 4-week program. You sign up for the whole 4 weeks. You're in a secret Facebook group with me. You get a video every week, and you get a Facebook office hour with me every week. And you get the benefit of the rest of the group going to try to figure out their personal branding as well. And it's really about figuring out what makes who you are do what you do in a way that nobody else can. Because
it's such an essential step. Like, for anybody who hasn't done that yet, I do urge you to take Christine up on this offer. And not because she's paid me to do so. This is not a hashtag sponsored post.
All I got was a nice coffee.
Yeah, I gave her a nice coffee, but that was it. There's no payment being received here. But I firmly believe that everyone, before they do the PR piece, before they put themselves aggressively out on social media, before they start blogging, before they take out advertisements and billboards, figure out who you are, be clear about it, own that.
Yes. Who are you?
Who am I? I am a PR powerhouse.
Nice.
And I'm very proud of that. I love what I do.
And how does who you are as a person influence how you do what you do?
Well, I can't leave personal me at the door. So everything that I touch has my stamp on it. And everyone who works for me is someone I love, someone I fully believe in. And so that's an extension of the brand as well, because it's bigger than me now. But I bring my whole self to work. When I sign on with clients, I won't even represent someone if I don't feel passionately about their brand, whether it's a service business or a product. I have to believe that I can, A, do a fantastic job for them, and I won't do it unless I feel like I can. And B, feel like it's something I would use or something I'd recommend to a friend, something I'll feel really happy to help them with.
You've got to believe it if you're going to preach it.
Yeah, and if I don't believe that, I'm not going to accept that work.
I love that, and that's very
I'll
huge.
refer them to someone else who I think will do that for them.
You're mission-driven and enthusiasm-driven more than money-driven, and that's incredibly important.
And success comes if you're putting your whole self into it and you deeply care about what you do. And I think my brand is I deeply care about everyone I work with, and I give them my all. I'm invested.
That is huge. I love that. And that's how you make an impact with your PR and
communication. Do you see how she did that? She's also not being paid to do that.
I'm a wordsmith. Michelle has something. What platform do you ask content finding questions on? Twitter or LinkedIn? What do you mean by content finding questions? Like social listening stuff?
I think she's saying if you wanted to create your own content and you were fielding from your audience what they would be interested in.
Oh, good call.
I've done it in 2 ways. I used Facebook one time, and I told the first 5 people who wrote in that I'd send them some lovely swag, which I did, and I sent them in the mail. One of these beautiful notepads and pens with a thank you letter from yours truly.
Nice.
So everyone who responded got one of those, and it made it fun because I got to hear what topics they had questions about. And it gave me some inspiration in a moment. My well was running dry, and I was like, you know what? It's not about me. It's about you. What do you want to hear about? First 5 of you. I made a first 5 contest, created a Canva, pushed it out and they responded, and I followed through and thanked them and sent them their presents.
I love that.
But you put out, I'm here because you put out a query on LinkedIn.
I did.
And she was looking for guests, potentially in the PR, the digital space.
Yeah.
Because
I like having a variety of guests. I don't want to just have people who manage social media, and I don't just want to have small business owners. It's great when I have someone who is a small business owner who also does social media related stuff professionally. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Next week is a person who owns a hair salon that is killing it on Instagram. I like having a variety. And so I figured
it was my colleague who saw you on LinkedIn.
It was. Thank you, colleague.
Yeah. And she wrote in and she was like, hey, Christine, I have someone for you. And so here we are.
Yeah.
But had you not put that on LinkedIn, you would have just been like a woman crush from afar, like a business owner crush.
Yes.
That I would have had. And like, here we are.
On your couch.
Here we are on the couch together. See, social media is magic. It brings people together.
Yes.
And it forges relationships and alliances.
It can bring real life relationships to life as opposed to like isolating. There's all those, worry thought pieces about how social media is making us less social, but not if you do it right.
And really, honestly, I've gained direct business that I can attribute to social media and tens of thousands of dollars on LinkedIn alone.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are like, I don't know, I don't have the time for that. Like, you need to make the time. You do have time
not to.
Yeah, you can't afford not to.
Yeah. So it sounds like, in summary, people can use social media both to establish thought leadership, which can then get them earned media opportunities, which they can then promote out and say, look at this earned media opportunity that I got, except don't phrase it that way because that's dorky.
No, we won't say that. We'll maybe say, are you looking for ways to up your PR game this year? One of my favorite tips is this, and like, boom, here is a link.
Yes, and those things in turn get you more earned media because they say, well, if she's good enough to be published in Westchester Business Journal,
she must know what the heck she's talking about.
She's good enough to be on social.
But also, too, so if you have that earned media, and I know you mentioned a friend who did, when you get out there and you promote it, it's not only about you, it's about thanking the media who took the time to interview you or profile your business. And you can, @link to them. You garner their audiences.
Now you're the opportunity,
and you're helping their articles. A lot of journalists really appreciate when you share their content because they get clicks to their articles.
Yes.
It makes them look wonderful. So when you do that, you're helping them. When I do stuff with not-for-profits, I'm not out there like sharing on social media because I'm like, look at me, I'm so good. When I share what these great organizations are doing, I'm sharing their mission with people who might not know about it.
Yes.
So not braggadocious, super helpful and kind.
Yes. I love it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So be generous.
Be kind.
Be kind. Be visible.
Be you.
Be you.
Be you. Just be you.
Be you. No one else is going to be able to compete with you on that.
We're going to rock ourselves.
Yeah. You're the youest you I've ever met.
You are so you.
Oh my God, I totally am. All right. Well, again, in terms of who we are,
Philomena Finelli, Impact PR and Communications. Find me www.prwithimpact.com or @PRWithImpact on pretty much any social channel.
Amen. And I am Christine Gritmon, Christine Gritmon Inc. I help small businesses and professionals demystify social media and make it a simple thing to do as part of their existing workflow. And another thing that I do is this show, Social, every single Friday at 12 noon New York time, except next week it's actually at 12:30. But I'll be talking about that on social media, so you'll all know.
Just follow along, you'll get all the deets.
Yes. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you especially to Philomena and to Kristen for connecting us. And I will hopefully see you next week.
See you later. Bye. Thank you.